May the Noble Represent bless you all, and good morning. So today I'm going to share a little concept with you, and while I'm explaining this concept to you, I want you to ponder about this concept and try to put this concept into your life experiences, right? That is the only way we can understand something, right? You have to take the concept and put that concept into your life experiences, right? So I want you to go through your life experiences by using this concept. This is really a little concept, but if you can understand this concept, you can start thinking through another door. So I'm going to ask you a little question today. Just a little question. That's it. You don't need to do a degree to answer this, right? This is really a normal, mundane question, right? If I told you to introduce yourself, let's assume that I'm asking you to introduce yourself. If I do that, so how are you going to introduce yourself? What would be the first thing you would say to introduce yourself? The answer is obvious, right? Really obvious. What is that? That's your name. We use our names to introduce ourselves to other people. That is what we normally do. But the problem is, do you think your name actually belongs to you? It was given by someone else, right? Did you put that your name? Or did you come out from your mother with that name? No, right? It's just a conventional thing that you have given by someone else. Isn't it? It was just given by someone else. Maybe your parents, maybe someone else, maybe your grandparents. But the problem is we strongly believe that we are our names. What is the point of that? What is the core of that? Why do you believe that you are your name? It was given by someone else. It was not yours at the first place. Did someone give you a chance to choose your name when you come out from your mother? When you come to this world? Did someone ask your suggestions about your name? Did you? Did they? No. No one did that. No one gave you just a single answer to you to choose your name, your own name. No one gave you a chance. But at this moment, in the present moment, if I told you to introduce yourself, what would be the first thing you use to explain or introduce yourself? It's your name, which was given by someone else. This doesn't make any sense, right? It is just, someone else has given that name to us, but now we believe I am my name. So all the time you use, from the get-go of your life, you used your name. Actually, you have been using your name to introduce yourself to someone else. I agree we should have a name to introduce ourselves to other people, otherwise people can't understand who we are. People can't recognize who we are. But the problem is, in the bottom of our hearts, we believe we are our names. There's no theory. There's no true concept for that. But we strongly believe that in our hearts, don't we? But haven't you seen people all around the world who have changed their names? Even you can change your name if you want it, can't you? You can change your name. That means your name is actually not you, isn't it? If you are your name, if that name belongs to you, how come you can change that name? I'll ask you another question. Do you have any nicknames? You have any name? You have more nicknames, right? In your home, in your school, with your friends, among your relatives, among your siblings, you have nicknames. That means you have a lot of names. But just think, will that change you? Will that change yourself? Even though you have a bunch of nicknames, will that change yourself? You are just one person, right? Just a single person, individual character. But you have a lot of names. And you strongly believe that those names actually belong to you. There's nothing wrong about having names. That is not what I'm talking about. That is not what I want to come across. The problem is we strongly believe we are our names. That is the problem. But just think about it. What are our names? What are our names? Our names are actually just a conventional part. Just a conventional part. We use this name to introduce ourselves to someone else, otherwise people can't understand who we are, or who they can't recognize who we are. So we use our names, but that is just a conventional part. Right? Conventional part. It is just a standard of convenience of living. Just for the convenience of living, we use our names. That's it. But that doesn't mean you are your name. No, that doesn't mean that. But the problem is, because of the defilements, because of the cankers in your mind, when the self arises, when the sense of self arises, you have to put some sort of a name to explain or to introduce that self. But when we move to the actual terms, when we switch to the actual terms, when we start talking about the actual terms, your name is actually not valid. It is just a word, just a simple word. And that word, if you want it, you can change that word. You can use another name to introduce yourself to someone else. That means actually you are not your name, ladies and gentlemen. But the problem is you strongly believe you are that your name. And you try to protect that. You try to enhance that. Why? Because of the wrong weave we have in our mind. We try to protect ourselves, and we try to protect our names as well. But we didn't have a true name. We didn't have a real name in the first instance, in the first place, from the get-go of our lives. No, we didn't have a real name. Think about this concept a little bit further, and you would understand. You'd understand something. And at this moment, you might have a question in your mind. Really, Swaminathan? So I don't have a real name, but I feel something in my mind. So who I am? What is my real character? Yeah, that's really good if you have that question in your mind. So I'll answer that question in the next session. So until that, just try to understand this concept and try to put this concept into your life experiences and try to realize this by examining your life experiences, by using this little concept. Right? Okay. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you all.